Welcome to Roanoke County Business Partners. May is Business Appreciation Month in Roanoke County and the Commonwealth of Virginia, and we're taking this opportunity to thank the businesses that make our community prosper. On today's show, we visit one of the many small businesses in the county, Minuteman Press, and learn how owner Bill Kyle serves other small businesses and engages with the community. We visit a legacy business, the Mennell Milling Company, which has been manufacturing in the region for over 100 years. And finally, we visit Creative Therapy Care, a nonprofit in the healthcare industry, to see their new facility and to learn how they are using a variety of therapies to help individuals with disabilities.
We're celebrating Business Appreciation Month in Roanoke County, and small business is a really big part of our community here. And Minuteman Press is one of our small businesses, and we are here today talking to owner Bill Kyle. And Minuteman Press has been in business for about 5 years here, and they employ several people in the county, and we're excited to be here. Bill, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So every small business owner's journey is a little different. Tell us a little bit about how you got started.
Well, way back, working in my dad's Western Auto store was probably the seed of wanting to go into small business. But I actually worked in retail design and construction for about 25 years for several Fortune 500, Fortune 1000 companies, and then determined I was tired of the corporate world and want to jump into small business and be back home in the community I lived in.
And then Minuteman Press does a lot of promotional design, marketing products. What's the range of products and services that you all have?
Sure. We say anything you can put a name or a graphic or logo on is what we do, which is a huge spectrum in terms of beyond your business cards and letterhead and stationery, but a number of promotional products, banners, signs, and full service graphic design, and we also do some mailing services.
And then one of the reasons that small business is so important to our community is there's a lot of community involvement. And I know you're involved in a lot of different organizations and causes. What types of things do you do in the area?
Well, that's really the fun part of what I get to participate in. Member of the Brambleton Business Association that's right here in the area. Also the Salem-Roanoke County Chamber I'm active in. The Roanoke Regional Home Builders does a lot of great things as well. And then more on the personal front is the Boy Scouts, Troop 221, here in the Cave Spring area, as well as Cave Spring United Methodist and the Back Creek Civic League.
And like you said, you all do a lot of different products and services. So if our viewers are interested in coming to see what you have to offer and finding out more information, where can they find it?
Absolutely. We can be found on the web at Roanoke-VA at MinutemanPress.com and on Facebook at Minuteman Press of Roanoke.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. We're excited to have you in the county, and thanks for all that you do for the small business community. And thank you to all of our small businesses. We'll be right back.
May is Business Appreciation Month in Virginia, and Roanoke County Economic Development wants to thank all of the Roanoke region's businesses, both large and small, for playing a major role in helping to make our community a great place to live, work, and play. We consider ourselves fortunate to have such an outstanding community of well-established businesses, startups, and entrepreneurs. Thank you for making the Roanoke region such a great place to prosper.
Welcome back. You know, in Roanoke County, we have a number of legacy businesses. And what I mean by a legacy business is a business that's been around a long time, like let's say 50 years or more. For example, right around the corner from us is Corrugated Container. They've been around for well over 50 years. This year, Double Envelope is going to celebrate their 100-year anniversary. These are companies that have made true commitment to our community, and they've employed citizens for quite a number of years, and they've just been very invested in our community, and they're companies we've learned to count on. Another one of those legacy businesses is Mennell Milling, and I have with me plant manager Jim Widener from Mennell Milling. Jim, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here, Jay.
Could you tell me a little bit of what does Mennell Milling do and who are your customers?
What Mennell Milling does is we take in a variety of wheat, we clean that wheat, and then we mill that wheat into wheat flour. Now, you're not going to see our name on a bag of flour at the supermarket,
Right.
but you'd recognize our customers.
Okay.
Our flour is found in cake mixes, cookies, crackers, gravies, and regional branded breads.
So it's pretty safe to say if I'm getting a loaf of bread, a snack cake, anything like that, it probably comes in some form or another from Manel Milling and then goes to one of your customers who produces the actual product.
There's a very good chance, yes.
Right, right. So when was Manel Milling founded, and give me a little history of Manel.
It was actually founded as the Harder Milling Company in 1886.
Wow.
Their first mill was built in Fostoria, Ohio. It's just a little bit south of Toledo, Ohio. In 1917, 100 years ago, they changed their name to Manel Milling when the Manel family bought the rights to the company.
Gotcha, gotcha. So yeah, and you folks were originally located in the city and you needed to expand, so a few years back you moved to the county. But where are some of your other locations?
We have mills in Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, and here in Virginia. We also have 10 country grain elevators in Virginia, Ohio, and Indiana. And recently, within the last few years, we've purchased a state-of-the-art popcorn facility in Ohio and also a dry mix plant in Ohio. So we've really expanded in the last 5 to 10 years.
Wow, that's great. Now, what's a dry mix plant?
We're taking flour and ingredients and mixing it together and sending it out as, say, cake mix.
Oh, okay. So you're doing that one next level in the processing. So let's say one of our, somebody wants to learn a little bit more about Manel Milling. Where could they go? What could they do?
I would say visit our website, www.manel.com. It's got our histories, our locations, positions that are open, and pretty much all the information you need to know about our companies on our website.
Well, that's great. Well, feel free to visit them at their website. We thank you for being a legacy business, and we thank all of our legacy businesses here in Roanoke County. We'll be right back.
May is Business Appreciation Month in Virginia, and Roanoke County Economic Development wants to thank all of the Roanoke region's businesses, both large and small, for playing a major role in helping to make our community a great place to live, work, and play. We consider ourselves fortunate to have such an outstanding community of well-established businesses, startups, and entrepreneurs. Thank you for making the Roanoke region such a great place to prosper.
Welcome back to the show. As we continue our celebration of Business Appreciation Month, we want to recognize the contributions of the healthcare industry in this area and also our new businesses. With me, I have one of those relatively new businesses, Creative Therapy Care, and we are at their facility on Williamson Road. And the Creative Therapy Care provides different types of occupational therapies in creative ways, just like their name says. And with me, I have the Executive Director, Mona, and she is here with her friends behind us. Mona, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having us.
So Creative Therapy Care provides a wide variety of care. Tell us about what you all do and the impact that you have for your clients.
Yes, well, we basically work for persons with developmental disabilities and both adults and children. And we incorporate a variety of activities within occupational therapy, including the animals, and we have a woodworking shop. But in addition, we've added music therapy and speech therapy and art therapy. And so we have great diversity here, but the animals are a key part of the therapy process.
So like you said, this is kind of a unique take on these occupational therapies. And so what idea or what realization kind of spawned the creation of Creative Therapy Care?
Well, there was a point when there are so many children with needs for alternative approaches because some traditional approaches they were not reaching their goals, and yet there was not the funding available to provide the services. So that's when we decided to form a nonprofit which would help with the funding, and then we would have the creative freedom to take the approaches that we're taking here.
And then we just celebrated with you a couple weeks ago the opening of this new space. And what opportunities has this new facility created for you all?
Well, when we first started, we just had the room behind me, and now we have a beautiful gym which allows us to work with the children on sensory processing activities. We also have a woodworking shop. We have a little store where the products that the clients make can be sold in the store. And then we have an art therapy room. And so we've really expanded here, and yet we have some rental property here, which allows us to sustain the maintenance and the insurance for the building.
And then I know I'm curious, and I'm sure everyone else is, but what are the llamas' names?
Oh, okay. Behind us we have Wooly. Some of the children call him Wolfie, but I call him Wooly because that seems like a little friendlier name. And then he's the llama, and the smaller animal is an alpaca, and that is Scruffy. And so they've just had their haircuts for the spring, so they're not looking their very best today.
Well, it is a little warm out here, so I'm sure they're grateful. But if our viewers want to find out more about what you all do, what's your website?
Okay, you folks can go to www.creativetherapycare.net, and or they can email me if they've got specific questions about a child or an adult, and that would be creativetherapycare@gmail.com.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, well, thank you for having me.
And thank you all so much for being with us for Business Appreciation Month. Again, we are so appreciative of all of our businesses in the county.
Thank you for joining us for Roanoke County Business Partners. If you have any questions about this show, want to start a business, or need business assistance, please contact the Roanoke County Economic Development Office at 540-772-2069 or email jbrenchick@roanokecountyva.gov, and you can always visit our website at yesroanoke.org.